She said, woo.
Hello and welcome to our podcast, Body Talk Fit. I am your host and owner of Body Talk Fit, Noelle.
And I'm your co-host, Diane.
I do want to tell you what Body Talk Fit is.
Body Talk Fit is designed to help the woman enhance her sensual inner and outer self through dance. Body Talk Fit helps boost self-confidence by building appreciation and awareness of your body and how to move it.
This is a fun fitness dance class that will have your booty shaking, your hips swaying, your neck rolling, your confidence boosted, your body glistening from sweat, and your walk more sexy than when you walked in.
Hey.
Do y'all know who we got in studio? This is Miss Queen Indy Bee from Majic 94.5. Hello. Let me tell you how I met this young woman, okay? It was through a mutual friend, and this mutual friend is KJ. I'm sure he won't mind his name mentioned. Mm-hmm. It's KJ with the Grown and Sexy Cruise. Mm-hmm. This is when I first started teaching on his cruise ships. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Hey, I want you to meet somebody." Queen Indy Bee from 94.5. I said, who is that? Let me meet this individual. This was what, 5-6 years ago?
5-6 years ago.
5-6 years ago.
Well, KJ is one of my best friends, so I trust anybody he brings in my presence. I trust, and I'm glad I trusted him because this is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
Oh, you are one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. So when he introduced us, I was like, she cool. Damn, I like her. Okay. What's her story though? You know, what's her story? So I met her, Queen Indy Bee from 94.5 Majic here in Dallas about 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. He introduced us, and we've been good friends ever since.
Yes.
And I appreciate this friendship that we have. It's genuine, it's real, it's down to earth, and we can talk about anything we want to. And it stays between us. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And that's the importance of friendship, is to keep it between you and that person. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to talk about the first time I contacted you after we met.
Hold up. Do I remember that?
You have to remember it.
Okay, keep going.
You have to remember it. Because I started this thing, called Lit, Ladies in It Together. And I wanted to bring women together through out of the box experiences. And the first person I thought of was you.
I do remember.
I thought of you, and I know that you're a dance extraordinaire. And I wanted to provide the women with something sexy, you know, to turn their men on, women on, or whatever. So we did a class. You did a class, and we learned a dance to Beyonce's Girl. Beyonce.
Hold on, she had the videographer come in. All of your friends. Mm-hmm. Yes, come in, and we had a good night that night.
That was a great night.
That was before I opened my dance studio, though. Mm-hmm. I was still in Addison.
That's how
I was still in Addison.
Damn,
that was like 5-6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dang.
I was excited about that day,
and we had a fun time.
We had a great time.
We had a fun time. We did. And baby, she'd be like,
I was like, wait, hold on.
Hold on. What's the movement? Hold on. I'm going to get it.
I'm not a great dancer. I'm good at a lot of things. But memorizing dances is not one of them.
But you know what? You still did good, though.
I held my own.
She was sexy, though. She was sexy with it, though. She was real sexy with it, right?
I tried.
So I contacted Queen Indy Bee after that. A couple of years ago to do my first. I wanted her to MC and host my first burlesque. Well, not my first show. I wanted her to host a burlesque show that I did in 2022?
I think it was.
It was last. So this past August was your second
time,
show that you MC'd and hosted for me, right?
That was such a great time. If you have not attended her burlesque show, you're missing out.
First time she did it, she came in. She was like, "Okay, what do I need to do?" Mm-hmm. So I gave her this sheet, that, hey, this is what you do. This is the song list. This is the sheet of the whole show. She looks at it for 10 minutes. She was like, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, she a real professional. Okay, she got this, and she had that shit. Okay, she really did a great job.
Thank you.
And I invited her back for the next show.
The next show I had an amazing
Girl,
time.
so it was at 2 different venues. Okay, 2 different venues, totally different dancers. But the second time she came in was last month.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all know who our co-host is. She be in the corner, and this is her over here in the corner. Say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Miss Dirty Diana. That's our co-host. And you know, she was in the show last time, which was last month, August 15th, which was my birthday. And when I contacted Queen Indy Bee and I said, hey, of course, this is when my next show is, and this is when I need you. She said, I got you. I got you. So we went over the playlist. We went over the whole show. 10 minutes, of course, she said, I got this. And of course, she had that. You know what I'm saying?
It was such a good time.
It was, baby, you had a good time.
It was such a good time.
Baby, hold on. They say, hold on. I had so many people contacting me after the show talking about Queen Indy Bee had a good time. I said, Queen Indy Bee have a good time everywhere she go, okay? Everywhere she go, everywhere we go, we have a good time, okay? She should have been really a Leo.
But I'm almost a Leo.
She almost
I'm on the cusp.
Oh, she
I'm
almost.
still a Cancer.
I know.
Got those emotions running around inside.
But I think you still a Leo, though. Somewhat, and a Cancer.
Kinda.
Yeah, and a Cancer.
I'm both. I'm both.
I think you're both, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're on the last day.
There's all the different planets and stuff on it because it could be like your moon sign. Because your moon.
I think my moon sign is
your
different.
behavior,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel that her and I can relate so much on the Leo side, but she has a little soft side too.
I do.
She got a little soft side too. And that's the
I'm
Cancer.
soft on the inside.
And that's the Cancer. But Leos are soft on the inside. We just try to play hard on the outside, you know. So Miss Queen Indy Bee is going to tell us how she got started in radio.
It's kind of crazy. This was never my dream as a kid. I wanted to be a lawyer. Actually, I wanted to argue with people for the rest of my life. But I ended up going to Florida A&M University, graduated with a degree in healthcare management and disability management. And I worked for Goodwill for 10 years. I was the director of marketing, but during that time, I started developing all of our marketing materials, speaking in front of audiences, telling them what we do, and I loved it. So I went to broadcasting school. And got my first intern.
Okay. Broadcasting school. Not broadcasting school at FAMU.
No, I ended up going back to school maybe 10 years after I graduated from FAMU. Yeah.
Okay.
About 10 years afterwards, I went to broadcasting school, and in broadcasting school, we had professionals from each industry, TV, radio. They taught us our classes. So one of my teachers ended up being my first boss in radio, Mark McCrazy. And I asked him, could I intern on his morning show?
What?
And he was like, sure. He was like, I don't take interns.
What?
But you're dope. So I'll take you. And it took off from there. And I loved it. And I didn't know how much I was going to love it. But I love being in radio.
So again, what did you major in college?
Healthcare management.
Healthcare management.
Which is still a passion for me. I still have a passion for people, health, and community, and making sure we're good.
Wow. Okay, so you and I spoke briefly. I don't know if you knew my story before. We spoke briefly on my last show. Mm-hmm. Remember when you came to the hotel room and we was going over there because I rented a hotel suite for me and my dancers and I, if you want to say it correctly. Mm-hmm. And then I had Queen Indy Bee and my DJ and everybody that worked in my show come to the room so we could all go over the show. And then I was like, hey, we talked about me going to broadcasting school.
Mm-hmm. And I was shocked that you don't work in broadcasting.
I know, it's crazy because, okay, so when I had my oldest child, he was probably about maybe one.
Mm-hmm.
In the city that I lived in, which I grew up in, Oklahoma City, for a lot of you who don't know, I grew up in Oklahoma City, and they had a broadcasting school, and now they offer it in Dallas, Texas as well. I went to a broadcasting school because I had always wanted to be. So if my modeling career didn't work out, right? Hold on, because I had this dream, and we're gonna go into this question in just a minute, okay? I had this dream. If my modeling career didn't work out, I want to be on the radio. I want to be in front of people. I want to be on the news because my oldest sister was a news anchor for BET at the time, right? So I wanted to be on the news or wanted to be on the radio or something. So I went to broadcasting school, right? And I graduated with a diploma in radio broadcasting. I would do the local radio station broadcasting, girl. I would be on the radio doing the board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sure this board is different from
That's
what
how
y'all
you
do
all
now.
start out in radio on the board.
I'm
Yep.
sure it's different from what it is now. We did the board, we did the pause and the commercials, and I even did my own radio commercials. I did my voiceovers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did my own voiceovers for the broadcasting school. We would go to Rose State College, if y'all know about Rose State College in Oklahoma, well, Dale City, Oklahoma. And we would, another student and I would do the broadcasting. I didn't know nothing about basketball, nothing. He did. I knew nothing about basketball, but he was like, "Okay, this is what you say." So I made sure, and I pretended like I knew basketball, but I would broadcast it, right? Mm-hmm. So we were the radio broadcasters on the local station for the Rose State College basketball team, right? And you
figured it out.
I figured it out.
That's what you do.
All I had to do is talk at the time, right? All I had to do was talk at the time because I had the voice. Mm-hmm. And I had a training of the voice. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Oh, girl, hold on. I want to tell you some stuff that we had to do in radio broadcasting. It had to do with a hamburger.
Hamburger?
Yes, you had to pronounce and enunciate the girl something. We had to like computer, like how a lot of people say computer is computer. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's computer. Like on the radio, you have to say computer, not computer. You know, it's a lot of enunciations and pronunciations that you had to do differently when you was on the radio. So that's why I make sure I announce and pronounce all of my words correctly, because I learned this from broadcasting school.
Yeah, we had sentences that we had to say.
Girl, okay, do you remember one?
I don't remember the sentences, but it were sentences that just covered the spectrum of the vocabulary that you would be saying on air. And I know we had to do a lot of A-E-I-O-U.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes. Oh my, that's crazy. A-E-I-O-U, like hamburger. It's hamburger. Hamburger, not hamburger. It's hamburger. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's how we had to learn, because if you have to be on radio and talk through a mic, you have to enunciate and pronunciate the correct wording and make it sound good. Not good, good. Okay.
Excellent. Because people will talk about you.
Baby.
Like, oh, this girl
she from the whole girl. She from Dallas, and I can tell.
I mispronounce words, and I'll be feeling so bad afterwards. But you can't really go back and say, "Oh, my bad." 20 minutes later, after you realize you said something wrong,
you just gotta go.
So excuse me if you hear me pronounce a word wrong on the radio. I try to do it correctly, and sometimes the country just come out or whatever else, and
country.
It don't happen.
She country. She ain't country. She from Florida. She ain't country. She from Florida. She from FAMU. She from FAMU.
FAMU.
Oh shoot, I said it wrong. That's an HBCU.
There's a lot of people that pronounce it FAMU because that's what it looks like.
FAMU.
That's what it looks like.
She tried to correct me before we went on this.
It's just FAM, then the U.
FAMU. So that is a HBCU.
You know.
HBCU.
You know.
What? Okay. She went to FAM what?
You.
FAM what?
You.
FAMU. Okay. She graduated from Florida. So what made you move to the Dallas market?
Well, I started my radio career in West Palm Beach. Like I said, I went to broadcasting school, and one of my teachers ended up being my first boss in radio, Mark McCrae. He taught the radio portion. We learned radio, TV, on air, behind the scenes. We learned all of that. And I went to school actually to do TV editing. I was really into that. When I went to school, I had no idea I wanted to be in radio. Had no idea.
That's why I went TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, this space is for TV. I wanted to be a news. I wanted to be a news anchor. I wanted to be a news anchor. But then I realized how much I loved radio. And I asked him, could I intern on his morning show? He had the #1 morning show in West Palm Beach on X1023 at the time. And so he was like, I don't take interns, but you're dope. I'll take you. So we did our morning show for 5 years together. He had been on the radio for 10 years in Palm Beach, and then his contract was up.
Oh, wow.
And he moved back here to Dallas.
Okay.
He came to be the program director for 2 stations here. So he left me. But then he told me, I'm doing this for us. Doing this for us. So the minute the opportunity came about, we were able to do our morning show here. And I came here in 2015 to do our morning show, the McCrazy
2015.
Experience.
It is 2023 now.
Mm-hmm.
8 years?
8 years later.
8 years. 8 years.
8 years
Wow.
later, and I'm still here.
8 years. So you were like 2 years here before I met you?
Yeah.
Because I can't even remember the exact year.
I think it was probably 2018, maybe 17, 18. 17,
when we
18.
met. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. So I really enjoy, my experience in transitioning here to Dallas. It's great. First of all, the only thing I miss about Florida, don't get it twisted about Florida. Everybody thinks Florida is so great. The beach is the only thing I miss. The only thing.
I would miss the beach.
That's the only thing.
The water is so serene.
It is.
So
And because I'm a
peaceful.
Cancer, I'm a water sign.
Oh, you are.
I like being near the water,
like
so I'm
being
drawn
wet.
to it.
Okay.
But don't get it twisted. I'm there every year for my birthday.
So, speaking of internships,
Mm-hmm.
I did an internship, and I had this in my book. So I don't know if you know that I do have a book coming out. It is now going to the editor next week.
Oh, awesome.
My lawyer has looked over the last final parts of this book. It is about my life and about the life of an adoptee and about finding who I am as a person, as an adoptee, and about finding out who my birth parents are.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be very interested in learning about who my birth father is. And this book is, I can't name the name of the book until it comes out, but some legalities are involved in there. But but I did an internship after I left the radio station at the only Black radio station in our area.
What was it?
Oklahoma City.
But do you remember the radio station?
Okay, so they had so my big sister that worked for BET at the time, she knew the owner of the radio station, right? And it was the lady who did the air. She was a radio person, the news anchor in the air. She was leaving. So I was like, oh, I can apply for that, So I wanted to apply for it. So I applied for it. And they only brought me in probably because of my big sister. They was like, oh, let me see what she has to offer, right? And I went in there and totally froze on the interview. Totally froze on the interview.
God.
Totally froze. I was 19, 20 at the time. I didn't know how to interview. And I'm like, if you don't like me by my looks, you don't like me. Okay. That's the personality that I had because I just come from being a stripper, right? So I'm like, if you don't like me, if you don't like me,
it is what it is. Keep it moving.
I don't know. I done went to broadcasting school. I done got my diploma, and hey, I'm all that, So I had this little attitude about me that, it didn't get me hired at all. You got to be humble. You got to be humble, and I was not humble. I was like, okay, I got this degree, this little diploma, and hey, I got the look, so you better hire me.
Mhm.
That only got me in the door.
Mhm.
It didn't get me hired. It got me in the door.
You got to have the talent.
Okay, listen. It got me in the door, but it didn't get me hired because I was not humble. And they knew that I was not humble. So that's why it didn't get me the job.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to be humble in this business.
Absolutely.
Okay. And a lot of people be like, oh, I am what? You know, y'all better start being humble. I promise you.
And
God
I'll say
can take
this.
that away at any time. I promise you he can. I promise you he can.
And I'll say this, it's a different generation than when we were getting into or trying to get into this business. The generation now are a little different. So that be humble advice is for people who are trying to get into the business now, because there's a whole entitlement situation going on now that a lot of people, I can't relate to it, and a lot of people can't relate. And I know you think you're the greatest of all time.
You can be replaced,
but
I
can be replaced at any given
minute.
time. Let me tell you something about radio. You can go to work, and at the end of your shift, they can say, today's your last day. Today is your last day. And it can happen to me. And I think I'm a hot commodity because I do everything at my station that I can possibly do. And you still are replaceable at the end of the day. When corporate makes a decision that has nothing to do with you in it, you're out. You're out. So just, you have to be humble, and you have to be multi-talented, and you have to be prepared for your next move. Period.
With a T. Period.
That's
Period.
my advice to anyone in this industry, or who wants to be in this.
Because that was one of the questions I had for her, but she's already answered it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello. Okay. So our next question. So I have already gone over the questions with her, right? And she was like, ooh. So some of the questions she was like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Okay. So this next question I have for Queen Indy Bee from 94.5 Majic is, you have met a lot of celebrities. Which two are your most memorable and why?
I would have to say John Witherspoon, Pops. From all the Friday movies.
Really? Okay, she didn't tell me this. She didn't tell me the answers. I just asked her the questions like, okay.
Let me tell you something. He is the most loving, humble, funny. I've interviewed him at least 4 times in my career. He's always he remembers me. He cares. He was down to earth. And you don't get that from every celebrity. You do not get that treatment. He treated me like I was the celebrity, a lot of times. Nice. And I've interviewed him a couple of times as a part of a morning show and on my own. And I got the same love and respect every time. I will always love John Witherspoon. May he rest in peace. We miss you, Pop. He was like, he is the first person that always sticks out in my mind.
Nice.
And also Ice Cube.
Girl, I saw the photo with you and Ice Cube.
Ice Cube is the most, all you think of, a lot of people, when they think of Ice Cube, they think of NWA, they think of hardcore, they think of, Boys in the Hood, or, anything with him being hard. But at the end of the day, he's a really nice person. He wants to accommodate, whatever you're trying to achieve at the moment. And there's nothing that I feel like me or my radio station could ask for that he wouldn't be like, okay, I'll do it. That's good. So I appreciate Ice Cube. I appreciate him making us an exclusive partner for the Big 3 tournament that he does every single year. I love you, Q. You're my fave.
That's always great to hear, because you never know, like, the real life personality of celebrities from like what you see.
Okay,
from the camera.
Before we move on, I'm gonna tell you about my celebrity experience. Okay. So I have met a lot of celebrities as well. I haven't met a lot of celebrities. She don't want to be. She don't want to be in the
Get
video.
on the camera, beautiful.
I'm behind the scenes.
I have met a lot of celebrities as well. And when my big sister worked for BET, she used to fly. She flew me in. I was flown in, okay? I was flown in. I was
flew with a D.
flew. I was
in.
flew in. I thought it was flew. Floon. It's flew. I was flown in to LA for the award show, backstage passes, right? And I remember TLC being there. I remember SWV. I remember Snoop Dogg. And this is the time that I was trying to get in Snoop Dogg's videos. I was maybe 16 or 17 years old. Okay, y'all. It's a long time ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a long
my
time
sister
ago.
had flew me in, and we did a photo shoot, okay? And I did this like halfway sexy photo shoot because I was only like 16 or 17 at the time, and my mama was there, and she did my hair like in a bun, y'all, like this.
Oh, no, she did.
That's why, girl, she did my hair in a bun like this.
Like you were going to ballet?
Girl, okay. I'm like, I ain't getting nobody damn video.
You ain't getting no video with no bun.
Baby, I was trying to be the sexy girl in the video for Snoop Dogg. So I remember doing the photo shoot, right, with the photographer and meeting backstage with Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at me, y'all. He said, and y'all will read this in my book too. Girl, Indy Bee, he looked at me. He said, "You a good girl."
Ooh.
He said, "You don't want to be in my videos." I said, "Yes, I do, Snoop Dogg. I promise." He says, "No, you don't."
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm my little innocent self from Oklahoma, my little country girl self from Oklahoma, and saying, "I do."
He knew it. Snoop knew you better than you knew yourself at
I
that time.
said, "I do." He said, "No, man, we're not gonna do this." And that was the end of that. That was the end of that. So that was the end of my career as a video girl. I tried to be a video girl.
Video vixen.
I tried to be a video vixen at 16, 17. That's why I went on to be a stripper because he didn't accept me.
Do you know who I wanted to be in videos? I wanted to be a backup dancer for BBD.
Girl, shut up, Belle.
Like, that was my dream. That was my dream in high
Now
school.
you know.
That was my dream. And I actually was in a little group in high school that had a connection with Michael Bivins. And I just knew I was going to be a star in high school. But of course, that didn't happen.
You are a star. What are you talking about?
You are.
Well, I'm just saying, I thought I was going to be a dancer. I thought I was going to be a backup dancer. I used to wear the big baggy, I was the BBD backup dancer. I was this girl right here.
But
This was me.
Aren't you glad how God works in mysterious ways?
Yes,
Because
he
ain't no
does.
telling if you was a little video vixen where you would be today.
Well, I couldn't have been a video vixen because God would never allow that because he knew I would be a hoe. I'm sorry. He already knew. He already knew I would be, and he saved you. He saved you from that.
Lord, thank
He
you for
saved
saving me.
Thank you, God, for saving me because I always say if I could sing or dance real good or had a really awesome body, I would be a hoe. So if I could sing, I would sing every word that came out of my mouth, and y'all would hate me. You would hate me because anything you ask me a question.
Okay, so have you ever thought of taking your career past being an on-air personality? And if so, what would you be doing? What's your dream job?
Absolutely. I started my life, when I went to Florida A&M University. My degree is in healthcare management. My passion is people, period. So I know I would be doing something helping people, children, and I have a weakness for children. So I've always wanted to connect with organizations that help children, to bridge a gap that I know exists between home and school and life. So that is definitely what I would be doing. Definitely something related to helping people. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give up on that.
So Indy Bee and I have a lot in common, just talking over these years and just talking more. Because, when we first met, we really didn't talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
But over these, I think, past 2 years, we've talked.
Because I was in love with you from day one.
Give me a kiss. Just talking to her after all of these years, has brought me closer to her as a womanhood. I mean, she's a strong woman, you know what I'm saying? And she has similar goals as I have, and that is to help women and help girls. My thing, y'all know I'm adopted. Well, some of you may not know I'm adopted, but if you know I'm adopted, and the things that I have gone throughout my life, I just want to, and the reason that I started writing my book was to touch on adoptees and to let them know that, hey, you are more than enough, and to not ever let anybody tell you that you are not worthy. You know what I'm saying? And that you are more than enough. So I mean, as Indy Bee and I have talked over the years, and just like today, like going over these questions, it's like when she was saying, hey, about the volunteer thing. And I was like, dang, that's what I want to get into. And, how can we get into this together? Maybe we can create a nonprofit organization to help young girls overcome sex trafficking, overcome, I mean, anything that they are out here battling. I danced with a lot of girls, and at the time, they didn't have to have the thumbprints. They didn't have to have an ID, because there was so many lot of runaways at the time that I danced. I was 17 when I started dancing. It was a lot of young runaways that was 15, 16 that I met at the club that ran away from home, and they didn't even have to be ID'd. You know what I'm saying? They were missing from home, and nobody would know where they are. It's one particular girl that I feel bad about to this day, and I have bad dreams about her to this day, about when I danced, and she was 16. She was a runaway from Detroit, Flint. She was a runaway from Michigan. Her and her mother got into an argument, and she was getting molested. She was 16. She ran away, and she got on the Greyhound bus and came to Dallas. And at that time, I was 18 and met her at 16 and took her under my wing. I had a car, brand new car. I had money, She was new to the Dallas area, and that's where we are, Dallas area. And I would take her under my wing. I would take her where she needed to go, give her a little bit of money here and there, But it's so many that needs guidance. This. They need guidance. Because if not, then man, you're gonna.
And we live in a completely different world now.
We do. It's totally different from
when we were growing up,
25 years ago.
Exactly.
Totally different world. It's so much access. It's so much. We talked about this. So much social media influence. Yeah. That will take you to. I mean, baby. If I posted a video on TikTok today, somebody can meet me tonight and take me to Ireland tomorrow. It wasn't like that back then. If you met somebody, you couldn't even. It was no social media back then. We didn't have social media back then. I had to ride the Greyhound bus to wherever I wanted to go and talk to a pimp or talk to somebody that an
now
influencer.
It's so easily accessible for these girls to get lured into something.
It's so easily accessible, and I think we should meet one day soon to create a nonprofit to help these girls
that are struggling right now.
That are so struggling. Because it's help. It's hope. It's hope. It's hope. You can be helped. There's so many more options than what you think that's out there. Oh, this is my last resort. I don't have anybody to help me. I have no one who loves me. That's so not true. Yeah. So not true. And that's going to be another topic on my podcast. Another topic. All right, I'm about to get emotional right now.
Listen.
Okay.
We all can get emotional.
Oh my goodness, I'm trying not to. What did you want to do when you grew up?
I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to argue with people my whole life. That was my dream. When I went to Florida A&M University, I started as a English major because I was told that was the best route to go for the next step to be law school. And then when I realized, okay, when I got when I got into my junior year, I was like, I'm tired of school. I don't want to go to school for another some odd years to be a lawyer. I was like, I can't do nothing with this English degree except teach somebody kids. And I wasn't trying to be a teacher. So I had to figure it out. But it's so crazy because 10 years later, I end up taking the LSAT, the test that you take to get in law school, had a very high score. But yeah, I took the test. But at the time, I was alone, and they require you to not work your first year. And I'm like, well, I gotta work. I got bills to pay. I gotta pay my rent and stuff. So I didn't have the financial stability to go to law school. Otherwise, I would have been somebody. And I wanted to be a disability advocacy lawyer. I wanted to defend people with disabilities. That's what I really wanted to do.
Could you ever use what you had to get what you got? Hold on, that's what Donna said. Use what you got to get what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so
exactly.
could you use what you had to get what you want though? Is it too late?
I would have to take the LSAT again. It's way past the that was years ago I took the test. So to get back in law school, yeah. But I'm thinking about other things now. There's other things that I could do.
Other avenues.
To be of the same influence.
Right.
So
right.
and I'm just trying to make my mark on the community another way.
She just ain't got her pretty looks. She got them bark smooks, book smarts, whatever the hell you call it, okay?
Book smarts.
Yeah, book smarts. She got street smarts and book smarts, okay? And radio smarts, okay?
All that good stuff.
So,
yep, I was going to be telling people off in the courtroom.
So we already talked about the volunteer in the community and how you volunteer and how you love to volunteer. So we're going to skip that question. So if you could give someone advice on we talked about that too briefly. If you could give someone advice on wanting to be in the radio business, what advice would you give them?
Be humble and be willing to listen and learn. There's different avenues to get into this business if you've never been exposed to it. But here's the thing. A lot of times you're going to come in at this level, but you want to be here. You want to be a radio personality. You have to work your way up to that. And you have to be willing to learn everything that needs to be learned before you get to that point. So a lot of people come into our company in our promotions department. Promotions is, when you see people out in our trucks, giving out prizes and doing different things at different events. You have to master that first and learning the groundwork of how radio works before you get to being on the air. That's if you want to be on the air. If you don't want to be on the air still, you just got to be humble because it's all a process. I've been at this for a long time and I paid my dues and I worked hard through COVID. Like it was like when COVID hit,
girl, you did.
It was like, tag, you're it for everything.
For everything. I remember when I talking through COVID, you was like, girl,
I'm working, I'm busy. So you have to, and that's the thing that I know about, not trying to say anything about generations younger than me, but I'm Generation X. And I learned that a lot of people in the millennials and the generation afterwards, we've been accustomed to instant gratification at this point. Okay. I didn't come in this industry with that instant gratification attitude. You can't have that attitude. It is definitely a workup. Unless you are magnificent from the start, you can come in and just bust doors down and make all your money. A lot of people are not like that. Exactly. So be humble and take your time and learn the business because it is a business. And when I tell you something, this business is, when they say it's a, 6 degrees of separation. In radio is 1 degree. 1 degree. We all know each other across the country. So if you burn a bridge here, you burned your career. You burned your career anywhere else because we all know each other.
You've been gone for how many days?
I've been gone since last Wednesday.
Are we going to talk about this?
Yeah, we can talk about it real quick. Yeah.
So, Indy Bee has been gone for what, 6 days?
Yeah, last Wednesday we do something called Radio One Blitz. It's where we bring record executives and all of our program directors across the country together in one room, so radio executives can show us their new talent or even existing talent. It may be Usher, who just has a new song, or T.I., who has a new song that they want us to play on the radio, or a new artist or whatever.
We can be friends, but we ain't friends. Hold on. We can be together, but we ain't together.
You talking about good? No.
Good, yes.
That's my jam.
We can be good friends, but we ain't good. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So from, for the past few days, we've been in Atlanta together, just meeting, networking with radio executives and all of my coworkers across the country, the executive producers of a lot of syndicated shows that you may be familiar with: Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley, Erica Campbell in the morning. We have 20 something, I don't know if it's 22, it's 20 some odd syndicated shows that we offer the country. So that was a whole experience. And it's like 3 days of nonstop entertainment from record labels or whatever. And it was in Atlanta. So we got an opportunity to, are you familiar with Creflo Dollar? Mm-hmm. Okay, so he has new music coming out to talk about his testimony.
Shut up.
Talk about his whole testimony.
Maybe I need to make a song.
Yeah, you need to make a song.
Let's make a song.
You need to make a song. Jazzy Faye, brought his artists. We spent some time at Tyrese's house.
What latest song Tyrese?
I love Tyrese. He has a whole new album that he presented last year, and again this year. The whole album is about his ex-wife, and he got a whole new girlfriend, but he don't care. He don't care about her and her feelings. So yeah, that was cool. Got to hang out with Tamar Braxton. It just
so Tamar got a new boyfriend. He a lawyer.
No, they broke up already. They broke up.
He's a Facebook friend of mine.
They broke up.
They've been together 4 months. Okay,
they broke up.
Let's not get into that. I don't do gossip. Okay.
The word is he cheated, but he's saying he didn't cheat.
Oh Lord. Okay.
He's saying he did cheat, but listen, he literally just posted today that they're not together. But I knew they weren't together before that. But yeah. They're not together anymore because they met on the show Queen. And got together. And listen, let me tell you something.
And that man a Facebook friend of mine.
Tamar Braxton is an amazing, fun, friendly person. So I don't think it's her fault.
She would get in your ass, though. She seemed like she would get in your ass.
No, I met her mama. Her mama was talking about when she met Miss Catherine Jackson to me, the matriarch of the Jacksons. Like, no. She was raised right, because Tamar and her sisters, they've been singing all their lives, making money all their lives.
How old her video, her album is. I love that album. I listen to the album.
She's coming October 22nd for the 10th anniversary of her Love and War album. Yes, we going.
Am I going as your guest?
You going as my guest? What you mean?
Okay.
We going together.
Oh, I gotta find me a dress.
We going together.
We coming to see you, Tamar. We love to see you. Okay. I'm gonna need to do a backstage dance for you. Oh,
she would like that. I think because she's such a fun person. Tamar is amazing.
That would be good. Tamar, look at some of my videos.
She's a celebrity that I was like, listen, hands down, you my friend. I want to hang out with you.
I hate the way they did her on the damn show.
I hate it too.
Oh, I hate it
smack
the host.
I hate it too.
Anyway. So we are gonna go into more of this shirt. If you can see it,
it says chasing goals is my cardio. I support this brand not just because it's a co-worker of mine, but I believe in her vision. Her name is Maria Moore. She's a 25-year veteran in radio. She is a part of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and she does. She has a fitness and health, a mind, body, and soul podcast, and she also helps women reach their fitness goals. So she's all about fitness, mental health, mind, body, and soul. Please follow Maria Moore on your social media and purchase her apparel. This is just one shirt. She has a whole line, and I'm a huge supporter.
Maria Moore.
And she's a Rattler. She went to Florida A&M, so that's my Rattler sister. That's my Rattler sister, and I will always support her. Is that what y'all are, Rattlers? Rattlers. And this is our stripe. This is our snake stripe.
Okay. I wasn't a Rattler, so I can't do that right.
You guys know you can do it. It's no. Please. It's kind of like you gotta put your fangs up. Put your fangs up.
And they be like,
these are your fangs.
They be getting mad.
No, that ain't like that with sororities. We're not a sorority. It's a fang. It's strike, and strike again.
I got it. Do it again.
Strike, and strike again.
I'm a fan.
Yes, you are. You know. But our we don't do the we do fam you, fam goddamn you. All right. Fam you. Okay, I'm sorry. Goddamn you.
How we always are when we get together. Man,
Always.
It's such a great time with this baby. It's such a great time with this baby.
I
I'm proud of you.
It's
such a great time.
We gotta get together.
We only got 2 more questions left. Maybe one. Have you ever had a moment when you felt uncomfortable interviewing a celebrity?
Well, no, yes and no. I didn't even get to the interview because I was stopped before the interview because it was going to be uncomfortable. I was advised, this was when I was a part of a morning show, and I was advised by the host that I couldn't be a part of the interview because he was afraid that the person we were interviewing would be inappropriate with me. Because he doesn't know how to control himself or his appropriateness. And we all know this about this person, and he probably would have been okay with me, but I think it's the boobs. I think he would have probably,
The boobs, baby. Let me see the boobs.
I think it, and my boss instantly was like,
no, be sitting.
No, you're not going to be a part of this interview because I don't need no HR incidents. I don't need it. Do you want to know the name or no? Okay,
we're not gonna do that.
Well, it was a male comedian.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
It was a male comedian who I love him to death, but I was not allowed to be a part of that interview because it was gonna be inappropriate.
Just now.
A male comedian that we all know and love.
Be humble. Okay, I think we have touched on this too. We were going to some pause spin. I'm gonna hold on. How many minutes we got left?
We've got about 12 minutes.
Okay. So I think you slightly touched on this like earlier in the interview. This was our last question, y'all. So my last question for Miss Queen Indy Bee from 94.5 Majic. Our last question was touch on the importance and the role social media has and how it's changed when you began radio till now.
Okay. When I started in radio, Facebook didn't even exist. Okay. So
social media, what was it? Did anything exist back then? So
we had the internet and we had like chat rooms. There were chat rooms, but Facebook was not a thing yet. It was.
What about MySpace?
MySpace, I think MySpace
was MySpace a thing? Because that's the oldest social media
MySpace
thing, right?
was there in the chat rooms. I don't know if the chat rooms were via MySpace or another platform, but we started doing the chat rooms with the radio station. But I was very, very, very reluctant on getting a Facebook page. I was just that person that I'm a private person. I'm like, what do I post on Facebook? What do I do? Do I talk about myself? Do I share my business? And I was just so private. And I'm an introvert, learned extrovert. You know, I had to learn to be that way. And after some of this, I'm a complete extrovert. Cheers. So,
but she's so humble and she's so down to earth and she's so a people person. I'm a loving person. I'm just private.
She's just private. So when Facebook came about, it was a challenge. I fought it for a very long time. I fought being a part of Facebook. I feel like my shirt is crooked. It's driving me crazy.
Hold on.
Okay,
stop.
It's this way. Okay, I got it. So, and of course now everything is about social media influence, and you have to be able to bridge a gap between radio and social media. You have to bring your social media listeners to radio and your radio listeners to social media. Ooh. So it's a complete challenge. It's completely different than when I started in the radio, but I'm learning. I'm getting there. And I'm learning to share more. And I know what people want to see now. And the goal is knowing what people want to see and being authentic to yourself too.
Right.
Because for a long time, I was trying to figure out what do people want to see, and then trying to figure out what they want from me. And I'm like, India, it had to come to a point where I just had to learn to just be myself.
Right.
Be myself.
Right. Because a lot of people want to see drama. A lot of people want to see your effed up life. A lot. You know what? Feed them. And that don't mean the shit true. Feed them. Feed them. That's what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll read all this stuff on. Hold on. What was it? Steve Harvey. How he was breaking up with his wife 2 weeks ago.
But he didn't even start all that. You know
what? Like, y'all will believe anything y'all read on Facebook, anything y'all read on social media. Sometimes I feed you. If you want to be fed, I'm gonna feed you.
But I'll tell you one thing about my platform. I try to keep us formed as a community.
Yeah.
As a Black community. I try to be intelligent and funny. My goal of my show is to be fun, but informative.
Right.
So that's my thing.
And she's very humble. You will never meet her and say, "Oh, do y'all know who the fuck I am?" Oh, sorry. Do you know who I am? I'm Queen Indy Bee.
I don't do
never.
That.
You will never.
Because listen, listen. Let me tell you something about me. I want to go to a place and be myself and turn up, and I don't want to be judged. So a lot of people don't even know who I am when I walk straight to the dance floor drunk. They don't even know.
Hold on, because when we went out one night, girl, we was turned up on the dance floor. We was turned up, and then they said, "Oh, that's Queen Indy Bee." I was like, "Oh, damn, we gotta go."
Gotta go. I like to be me.
We had so much fun.
So listen, I'm gonna always be me.
She's always gonna be her. Always gonna be her. She's very humble. She's very free spirited. She's very loving. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about her and love about her spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because she can take the power that she has and turn it into a whole different person.
I could, but I don't.
She can take the power that she has and turn it into a whole different person, but she does not. Okay. Some people take advantage of the power that they have and turn it into a whole different person because, first of all, it's the insecurity that they have and the power that they think that they can take over people. Okay. She does not. And that's what I love about her spirit.
I got to give you some snaps on that.
That's what I love about her spirit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of us can, you know, but she doesn't. And I love you for that. I've loved you from the first day that I met you because I'm like, hold on, I'll text KJ. I said, you know what? Hold on. And when she contacted me a few months after, I was like,
because I was trying to get you.
I love her. We got the polls up, y'all. We was gonna teach y'all some pole spins. Hold on, maybe we can do one.
Can we do one?
We can do one.
Okay,
y'all, we can do one. We're gonna give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds, a 30-second break, and then we're gonna move around to this pole. 30 seconds, and I'm gonna teach you a pole spin, y'all. Give us 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Okay, teach me a pole.
We are bright.
It's that light above.
Okay, sorry,
the
y'all.
sun is right there in
Yeah,
the
that
sign.
part. Okay, so, all right. So, have I got you on a pole before?
You tried,
I
but
think
I
tried.
couldn't do it. And
You
I was
could.
sore
You
the
could
next-
do it.
I was so sore the whole next day.
Okay, so I'm teaching Queen Indy Bee from 94.5 The Majic in Dallas how to do one spin, maybe two. We got a little time. Okay. Lift, drop, reach. You want to make sure that you are not hyperextended. Step behind the pole. You want to make sure that you don't step on the legs when you come up and off.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna show you the spin first. So you want to lift, reach, drop. You want your fingertips together. Okay. I'm gonna step off from my inside leg. That means the one that's closest to the pole.
Okay.
Okay. That means this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna swing the outside leg. That means the one that's farthest away from the pole. I'm gonna hook that leg on the pole.
Okay.
The inside of the knee and behind my ankle. What I'm gonna do is fall through with this leg and have this one behind the pole like this. So the pole is gonna be in between my knees, and it's kind of like the fireman coming down from the pole, right?
Okay.
So this is how your explanation of my pole dance come from, okay? Somebody's coming in the door, okay? Just FYI. So I'm gonna step off from the inside of the leg. I'm going to swing this outside leg around right here.
Oh, I'm going to do
So,
that.
yes, you are. So what I want you to do, I want you to step behind the pole with your left leg, in front of the pole with your right leg. Yep, right in front of the pole. And square yourself to the mirror.
Oh, this way?
Square yourself to the mirror.
Square myself to the
Yep.
mirror.
I want
Am I
you
right?
to, yep. This leg is going to be behind the pole, and I want you to squat. And this is how you're going to be in between the pole. That's how the pole's going to be in between you.
Okay.
Okay? Now, this is how you are going to be around the pole though, right here.
Okay.
Okay?
That's how I'm going to end up.
That's how you're supposed to end up.
Okay, so tell me how to start.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you how to start. I'm going to tell you how to start. Start on the left side of the pole. Reach. Step off. A little bit. Yes. Feet together. Step off.
Okay.
Okay? You want to step off with your left leg. Left leg in front. Left leg in front. Left leg
Oh,
in
this is
front.
right. Okay.
That left leg. And then you want to swing this right side leg around. But you want to turn into the pole. And what you want to do is have your ankle. You want to have your ankle behind the pole.
Okay.
Not your
Okay.
and you know, okay. So step away. Right here. You're gonna be arms distance away from the pole. And you're gonna be square distance, square to the pole. You see how you square? When I say square, it means your shoulders are square to the pole. Reach. Okay? Reach. This leg goes on the outside. Yes. And it sticks to your knee. No.
Stick to. Oh.
Yes. Okay. Now you're gonna turn this way, like into the pole. Okay. But this leg is gonna come up behind the other pole, other side of the pole. Let's go. Let's go. Listen. Yes. Almost.
Okay. So wait a minute. So okay, just do it real quick.
Yeah.
Just
I'm gonna do it again. So you see how both of your legs landed in front of the pole?
Right.
This leg is gonna go in front of the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you come forward, this leg is going to go behind the pole, behind the pole. So I'm going to take it right here, right here. So
Okay.
you see how
I got it. I think I got it.
both
I
of your
think I got
legs is in
it.
front. This leg's going to be in front, and this leg's going to be behind.
Back.
Okay, and then
Front
this is
back.
how you're going to sit on the pole.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Afterwards. Okay.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah! I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, y'all. One more variation of the spin. Now she got a little challenge to her. Okay, one variation to the spin. Now you are going to extend this leg on the outside instead of wrapping it. So I'm gonna still step, hook, but now I'm going to extend right here.
Okay. I can do that. I can do it.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Wrap.
Yes.
Yeah! Okay, y'all gonna catch up the strip club. She gonna be there. They're like, you're too basic. You gotta start somewhere, baby.
Okay. Queen Indy Bee from 94.5 Majic. Noelle, Body Talk Fit. I love this woman from everything I have. Okay, 5-6 years in the game. Okay, 5 or 6 years friendship.
Thank you, Noelle.
We love
This
you.
was fun.
Thank you. Thank you for joining our podcast. Bye, y'all.